Alright, match 4 on the draw. 3 lands, 4 spells, no tortured existence, but my hand is decent still. I'm going to turn 3 rat into wipe the board with 2 or 3 black sources, hopefully. And then hopefully by then we've drawn some more cards too. Delver of Secrets. Alright, lead off the hollow. We could play Basilica on turn 2, discard Imp to hand size and start dredging. Not really any reason to do that since we don't have a Tortured Existence down yet. But we could do it if we wanted to. Don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. Oh good, that worked. You can look forward to me doing that every single upkeep now. And also a Fairy Miscreant. Satyr Wayfinder. Alright, let's go Frog. You're going to save us 7 life if the Delvers flip. Alright. Play Jungle Hollow. Don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't... Oh, they flip. Never mind. The chant has failed us. Alright, let's gain 7 life, just for the fun of it. We could also save Spore Frog and try to gain even more life next turn by preventing more damage. But they could Vapor Snag, or they could snap our Frog and we might get sad, so you can play Rat here. And then it gets counterspelled and we lose the game. There's not really any other choices though. We could Stinkweed him, and then if that gets counterspelled, we also lose the game. So let's just play the Rat and hope they don't have counterspell. Luckily this gets around Spellstutter Sprite since it costs 3. Okay, time to lose the game. Alright, we can get rid of this Ponder. And of course they have Bone Splitter in this deck. Probably a one of, as it usually is. And they're not even going to equip. Probably means they're going to put a Ninja in for Fairy Miscreant. No, because they're just holding up in Counterspell or Spellstutter. Alright, well, Counterspell this. Oh wow, it's a miracle. Okay. Alright, let's block. Take ourselves 6 damage. And do we dredge? I think not. Crypt Rats. I could do Crypt Rats, activate it for 1, go down to 7, take 5 from the Insectile Aberration. Don't like that. I think we go Satyr Wayfinder. Carrion's Feeder. And we get Spellstuttered, okay. Skyfisher. Pick up Satyr Wayfinder because we might need our mana and it's not blocking any of the flyers anyway. Fairy Miscreant draws a card, they go up to 2. Block here. And then I go Crypt Rat, activate it for 1 and win the game. If they don't play anything with more than 1 toughness here. Come on, play 2 Delvers. You know you want to. Alright, so I can dredge here to gain life. Let's say they counter Crypt Rats. Is there a way I win the game? I don't have enough mana to play another Crypt Rats and activate it for 1, because I only have 7 mana this turn. Or I only have 6 mana this turn instead. I guess I could play the Stinkweed Imp if the Crypt Rats gets countered. I could block the thing that has Bone Splitter on it and only take 2. Fall down to 3. Top deck Crypt Rats activated for 1 and clear the board. Alright. I'll take that. Crypt Rats. Hope it resolves. Probably won't. Spellstutter or Counterspell wrecks my day. They have a Counterspell. Spire Golem. Okay, well now I can't afford to block. Because I need to block the Spire Golem. But I can afford not to block because I will be dead, so it doesn't matter. There are 0 cards in hand at least, but that is not relevant. If I play Stinkweed Imp and I block the 3-power thing, then I still take lethal. If I take this, I go to 5 and I die in the air. So I can't take either of these. I have to draw Brown Scale. I have to draw Crypt Rats, activate it for 1, and then also have a blocker, which is not possible. I could take Stinkweed, play it, play Satyr Wayfinder, find a gain land, go up to 4, and survive another turn. Okay, that's no lands. I lose. Alright, well that was fun. Alright, so I don't know what Magic Online is doing here. I'm trying to take out 3 Vessels, 2 Grave Scrabblers, and an Oromancer. This one is not actually there. I think it's invisible. And I put in some hand disruption and fume spitters for taking out the early fairies. And we'll submit and hope we don't have 61 cards in our deck. Oh good, we don't have 61 cards in our deck. We would like to play first. We have a Tortured Existence, we have a Fume Spitter. I think we'll keep this even though we only have 1 land. We really need to find a green source, obviously. And the second Tortured Existence isn't doing much for us, but oh well. Delver of Secrets. Alright, let's not die to that. They have a Relic of Progenitus and a Bone Splitter. Relic will greatly reduce the power of our Tortured Existence. Gush, okay. Setting themselves back to 0 lands. Replay Island, Delver, pass. Companion attack. They choose to block. This probably won't get value, but we're going to cast it anyway since we have nothing else to do. And they decided to daze our Tortured Existence, even though they have a relic on the table. Aggressive. Fairy Miscreant comes down. Alright, well, we finally found a land. Unfortunately, it was not a forest. We could play Skyfisher there, but then they just equip up Bone Splitter and it trades if we want to block anyway, so. Ninja comes in. Find ourselves a green source. Pick up our Tortured Existence. so as not to set ourselves back on mana. And we get snapped so that they can get in with their ninja. They go up to 7 cards in hand after this trigger. Preordain, probably looking for their 3rd land. 2 cards go to the bottom, and they still miss a land drop. We will go Satyr Wayfinder into Core Skyfish, or pick up a land. So we'll have multiple blockers for this ninja. And they daze us. Wonderful. I'll go ahead and block just to prevent them from drawing a card. If we get this Golgari brown scale start dredging, then their relic won't be able to keep up, so I think I'm going to take this. Let's go with Tortured Existence, try to get them to counterspell this. Spellstutter Sprite, okay. And I'm going to play this for the mana. Stinkweed in and pass. Unfortunately, we can't discard these Golgari brown scales to anything, so we're not going to get to continue dredging. We need to find a Tortured Existence sooner than later. Bone Splitter. Alright, let's trade with this ninja. We could block it with Golgari brown scales and such as soon as we find another green source. I guess we should have cycled this Ash Barrens. I thought we needed mana, but I wasn't paying attention to the fact that we might be needing to hardcast these. Well, hopefully we will draw a Tortured Existence. We won't have to worry about that. I suppose I could also just dredge back. Oh, never mind, they're exiling everything. Alright, well, they're at 7 cards in hand and we're drawing to 4. Let's see if we can somehow overcome these odds. Play Carrion Feeder. Should we hardcast Scrabbler? Sure, why not? Some sort of beatdown plan. If we want it in our graveyard, we can always sacrifice it to Feeder to get it there. Ninja's coming in. They draw to 8 cards in hand, one of which is a Miscreant. Preordain goes top and top, and they play Delver. Well, I guess we're casting a brown scale. Let's start by attacking. If they have a snap or something for the brown scale, then so be it. But we're not going to win just by sitting back and letting them hit us in the air with flying creatures as they deploy them. Gush flips over the Delver. And they're going to whack us for 5, 3 turns in a row, and then we're going to lose. Fume Spitter. Might as well cast this, I guess. Get myself spell stuttered. Play brown scale. Bash with all. Have to assume they have a handful of lands, even though we know they have at least a Miscreant. Let those trade. Free Spire Golem. Miscreant. Miscreant, draw. Gush. Because our opponent is allergic to not having 7 cards in their hand. Follow the 3. Dead to anything plus Bone Splitter next turn. If we top deck Damnation, we might be able to get out of this. Jungle Hollow. Not quite Damnation. Alright, that's the match. We were not able to overcome the aggressiveness and tempo counter magic of Mono Blue Delver, and we are on to the next match.